Alright. It's another day. Let's see. Yep, that's right. Away we go. Today the weather is very cold. 24th day of the month. Looks like I'm in pretty good shape overall. I am... That's right, stocked for a mercantile run as well as a discussion with the local chamber lady. Not sure what that was. I thought this was the path. There we go. So I ought to be sort of around here. That is just northwest of the Conflux Mountain that lies at the center of Chersonese, and then I'm navigating presently north by northeast, but I think I just am impulsively checking the top of this mountain for whatever. It just has a good vantage point. It's a camping spot. I think the Soroborian merchant will randomly spawn near butterfly glades. So, oh, I think that is, cheese. It must be, the bandit camp. That's right, because that is the path to the bandit camp. Okay. And I am, yes, too heavily burdened to consider capitalizing on them. That's too bad. Oh, that's too bad as well. There we go. Perfectly balanced. Man, this is such a Freddy Krueger look. Some guy with a fedora and a lobster armor and a fang axe running around with his, what's it called? A rondel dagger. It's a little Freddy Krueger. And his Fruity Pebbles dinosaur backpack. I do sort of miss mailing, collectible things, promotional cereal box stuff for kids. But I think really I just missed only receiving good things in the mail. Right, so now I'm basically closing in on Chersonese, and it's been a rather uneventful walk, given just how many beings have been eliminated now. The area is becoming depopulated as I confront more and more entities. So now it's gotten to the point that I don't think I've seen a single living thing on my trip northwest to Chersonese. Everybody is hiding away in their bandit camps or in their lairs. I have to start going into fortified locations. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to visit the bandit camp to the northwest, Montcalm. They are making my big blue-blooded family anxious. So I guess I'm going to see if I can compel them to chill out. And then I think after a brief visit back there, just to offload what I acquire at the bandit camp, I will rest at home. Probably cut it there because it'll take so much time to attack the camp. And then have a second bit, I think right afterward, where I get through the Ghost Gate to the Wind Cabal and probably back again. And once I have done that, I will have exhausted Eto without having become a Spellblade. I think that's what his class is called. And I will have become a novice, we'll call it Wind Shaman. So I want to be a novice in everything. I want to know every weapon skill. I want to know every novice skill. And then when I have seen the world, maybe I'll, just join a faction and beat the game.
Greetings, friend. I'll see you.
So annoying how hitting conversation options makes you put away stuff. Because I don't think you can select options with your mouse. So it's a good thing all of the conversation options are just items in my inventory.
Greetings, friend.
I guess it hasn't really been much time, has it? Makes me a little paranoid. I guess as well it should. Apparently I'm still putting my Rondel dagger into my backpack when I don't need it. How disappointing. Alright, everything else seems fine now.
Greetings, friend.
Now I'm just selling off some items. Speaking of which, when you have flamethrower, it's good if you don't have mana. It's a good additional damage source, especially for like something that is very physically resistant like a ghost. So definitely worth it. Oh yeah, that has to go to the alchemist. Alright. Get a lot of money. 435, in fact.
Greetings, friend.
I may just buy a couple gold. It says ingots, but I think of them as plates, like tiny, it's like little, plates, hard to describe, plates this size, sort of those tokens that I associate with, like,
what can I do for you?
Japanese currency, medieval.
All right.
Those little oblong coins, sort of like Yoshi coins, that you might hide up the sleeve of your kimono or something. So once again, he only has the broad dagger as a sort of, whatchamacallit, brutal weapon for sale. That's a bit rich for my blood. I'll inevitably get a broad dagger or better. So other than that, he doesn't really have too much to offer. That feels good at least. Could have just as easily made 3 spikes and then 2 more traps, rather than just buying the spike, you know? Gotta think of these things. Alright. Visit the
Hey there.
local alchemist. I'd like to talk.
Is the plan.
I don't want to talk to you. I'm running low on crystal powder to brew advanced potions, sure. If you've got an alchemy set of your own, make some for me, would you? Yes.
Hey, listen.
You know how to make crystal powder, right? Blend 4 mana stones in a deployed alchemy kit. Need something else? I'd like to talk.
Here. This
Good.
is yours.
Good work. Here's your well-earned reward. Remember, never go out in winter without proper attire. Don't I know it?
Hey there.
Let's see. Another hex cleaner. Yay. Has no effect on bleeding, poison, disease, and burning. What else do you have? Plenty of linen strips. I would like those. Just checking the alchemist inventory. I am debating a crimp nut. It's like always good to get one because they're so rare. So the sooner you buy them, the sooner you buy them, the sooner they will reappear in your selection. Oh, pardon me. Okay, let's see. Anything. Oh yeah, and can I sell anything? Nothing that I really want to, except I haven't found a use for the hex cleaner. Alright. So that was a little too much time spent with the alchemist, but...
Is there something you need?
What you gonna do? I'll try to be a bit more succinct, or brief, sorry. And succinct, how about that? I already bought 2 of those shirts on impulse, so I'm happy that I have that much crafting material. Or sorry, I guess improvised armor fodder. Other than that, nothing strikes me.
Is there something you need?
What do I have to sell again? It's hard to believe I have any more use for the scaled leather, but it's hard enough to get a hold of. Anything? Alright. I got the Telos / I got all of Etostrix, Burok's counter, so yes. Inventory management makes me so sleepy. Hard to focus. And once you know it, I've got cooking to do. Oh, good thing I have these water bottles. Alright, now I'm going to do some crafting. How many bandages do I have? One in my pocket. Here we go. Wow, I've gone totally quiet, and it's so easy to see what has to be done. I'm entering that state now. I was thinking, this happened last time, didn't it? I was practically unconscious initially. I sort of settle into the swing of things, but there's that perilous time of initial comfort. Awesome. That is 5 additional Great Life Potions. Keep those. There's some kind of great sword. I forget what it takes. I think like an iron great sword, 2 of those artifact cubes, gold lich mechanism. Yeah, gold lich great sword is like iron great sword, gold lich mechanism. Oh, pardon. And I forgot the last thing. I would have to get the recipe, I suppose, or find it online. So what am I doing? I'm depositing things in a sort of universal chest. May as well dump valuable alchemical items here. Is that it then? Don't need to refill these. Okay, so if I'm going to go to a bandit camp, I've got plenty of traps. Let's see. Plenty of traps. Oh yeah. What a pointless little thing to do, but I don't like having just one solitary arrow I'm never going to use hanging off the small of my back. I am compelled to collect water. I am also compelled to reduce sound a tiny bit. And so I can turn up my headphone a little bit. And then yes. So wait, how many do I have to start with? I need 9. Okay then. 1, 2. All right. It's like just disastrously loud. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that should be 10. Oh, 11. Okay, well, good for me. 37.5 out of 60 pounds acquired. Something I don't need. Let's try it from this perspective again. Oops. Here we go. Yes. Maybe, yeah. Maybe. I guess so. Yeah, yes, yes, and yes. Okay. Ooh. Um, I'm just okay. Let me sit up. I've been staring at this, and I'm just not processing it. I just took some tests today. I mean, aced them, but the way my schedule is, I've been up since I got 5 hours. I've been up since 8 p.m. yesterday. It's about 11:30 a.m. now, and I have to stay up for a phone call. So I'm gonna sit up straight, and I'm going to prepare myself mentally for some combat. I've got crafting stuff and the like. Okay, we're gonna be back in Sierra, so after this, let's keep it fairly light. Our flamethrower kit is doing quite well. We don't need 6 units of oil. Take as little as possible for the purpose of for collecting loot. All right, and then I don't think these are going to be necessary. And may as well take, let's see, 29.7. All right, fading out again. How am I doing? Sort of hungry, quite thirsty, a little sleepy. Let's take a nap. Boy, don't tempt me. I feel like I sort of fell asleep with my eyes open a couple times, just trying to. When I start trying to muster the mental energy to manage all those little squares that represent all those quantities, those abstract quantities, boy, it makes me a little sleepy, I'll tell you. Yeah, a couple hours. I would want 1 hour to sort of get comfy, and then another hour to truly nap. But then why not just let it become 3, 4, 5, 8 hours? So I hear under an hour is best. Maybe drink your favorite stimulating beverage ahead of time so that by the time you wake up, you're getting more of the effect. That's a thing my dad would advise. He liked to maximize time and resources thusly. Let's see. Okay, so now took care of my needs for the most part. Went downstairs and made myself some gaberry jam on toast. I'm still eager. Well, I'm still interested to know if that's like a thing I could make. Do we have soothing tea? Oh, we brought all of our tea with us, huh? I could do something about my burnt mana. I may as well. And then, can't do anything about whatchamacallit, the mana situation. But not that big a deal. We will very soon. We are going to a human bandit camp, remember? So, spirit energy will be in abundance. We will burn. In fact, we're going to do so much burning. I think each casting of that spell consumes 20 or so. So let's round down from 20 and say we've got, 18 max castings. That is, I don't know. I would say 9 to 6 fights worth, and then my 9 to 6 enemies, burnt 2 or 3 times. So bring additional ammo. Yeah, 5 is a nice round number. 1 pound worth of oil. and we're still under 30, which is honestly half capacity. It's actually sort of egregious. It'll change a little bit when I swap hats. This is like my travel hat I've got on my head, and yeah, so I'll actually gain weight with the water. Okay, well, if I leave that one behind. And I guess we are going to sell off some of this, like the tartine. Let's see how it's going to be that useful. I'll save us some weight, and then we'll see about collecting some. I feel like I'm... the torches, I guess. I don't know. I'm nitpicking weight in anticipation of being tremendously overburdened. How much mining am I really going to do? Not only will there be mining on the way, but I suspect there will be fishing. But I don't see an opportunity or a fishing trident, so oh well. I just don't think it's going to be that cold for someone wearing Amalite armor. Warm potion, though, usually quite good to have in the dead of this sort of winter. Alright, let's just go. So, let's see, any lore I can think of. What is it about this game? It seems to evoke so many successful, well, noteworthy games from the past. It seems to evoke a bit of the old Lionhead Studios, Peter Molyneux Black and White. I almost feel like I could be one of the little townsfolk struggling to get by in this game called Black and White, where you were basically, your mouse cursor floated over the land if it was, from far away, high above, and I was a little person down below, and you could pick me up with this, hand cursor.
Greetings, friend.
It was sort of like an early sandbox manipulation game where you were a deity of sorts, and people, developed faith in you if you helped them or destroyed things and frightened them. And if people were well within your domain, you could just pick them up and fling them out of your domain, and where the impact of the fall would certainly kill them. I remember it was a very, it was the 1990s, and physics were just taking off as far as video games were concerned. And so I remember one of the games that would let you do is bowling, and so they had terrain sort of ski sloping, and you would just throw a rock along it, sort of click and drag forward to sort of simulate almost like air hockey or something, and then you'd release, and the momentum would be kept even though you'd stopped moving the mouse by then. And so that's how you could do bowling. And so I found if you just did that, if you just torqued your hand up a mountainside as fast as possible, and instead of holding a rock, you were holding a person, you would rocket that person up into the stratosphere practically. You could zoom way far away, like let's say 20,000 feet plus into the air equivalent, and that person could reach that height, and then they would fall. And if you were close enough...
Hey there!
Whoa. Turn down that voice. Sorry, everybody. If you were close enough... Well, wait a second. What the heck am I turning it? You got to turn it down so that I don't get overpowered by YouTube ads. And then I have to turn down my headset so that my sort of maximized volume does not destroy my eardrums. So now I'm bringing it up. Music is coming up to indicate how bad it's going to be. I remember voices are truly painful, though. Music coming up. It's going to be like... Let's see.
Hey there.
Alright, that sounds okay. Alright, I guess that's good. Shoot. That voice was so jarring, I forgot what I was saying. Wasn't that important, though. Let's see. Stuff to sell, stuff to eat. Just cram these berries into my mouth, whatever. Omph. Sell the crab eyes. Get the heck out. I can't believe
something you need?
I wasted my time until, night. But it doesn't matter when we get there. Well, sort of does. We're doing okay overall. We have water even, yes. That's right, I forgot we stopped by
What
there.
can I do? All right.
It's still just the broad dagger. And I want to save my money. Alright, I think I was on the, I was going on about something like lore or telling a story or something. So... Oh, no, I was talking about, let's say you're a curious kid and you're playing this black and white game, and you pick up a person, you fling them, like, up that mana mountain, let's say, you use the physics to because your hand, you can bring it all the way down to ground level, and if you have nothing in it, you can zip it right over the terrain as fast as you could zip your mouse across your desktop, and it'll just kind of scream across the terrain. If it moves a lot slower when it's holding something, though, and throwing it. And so you would see this sort of magic hand, sort of cruising up the side of the mountain really fast, like a fraction of a second still, and then releasing a little dot flying toward the sun. And then you could park the camera, since you were just sort of a disembodied camera. You weren't anchored to anything like this person. You could just float around at your leisure. So if you parked it somewhere, like the trajectory of where you'd flung that person, when they came back to Earth, they would zip past the camera with such speed that it would actually have a sound effect of like a speeding bullet. And I thought that was such a interesting inclusion. I think you could achieve that with a rock or any object, really. But people were in abundance. And also, if you threw people into neighboring towns, they tended to take more notice than if you threw trees or whatever. Or so I think. Sometimes, they land. Maybe they would act as a missionary if they survived, that sort of thing. I think normally they would just run straight back. It wasn't a very sophisticated game. It really was just sort of if it was released, these days, it would have been declared a sort of unfinished beta, and how dare you release a fraction of a sandbox game, a fraction of a pet simulator, and a fraction of a strategy game, sort of cobbled together into like 3/4 of a game. Definitely did not feel like a complete product, but it was so much. There was so much to play with that it was quite enough that it sort of still was a success, to the point that there was even a black and white 2. And honestly, I feel like what undid that little series was the fact that it acquired coherence. It took what it had crafted and tried to put it into a narrative where, now you can raise armies, and a large enough army can be big enough to take on this creature that you can have. Every god gets to have a sort of giant titanic avatar creature. They start off, only about as tall as that tree there, but then they can go to be as tall as the Conflux Mountain. Alright, so this bridge, it is a sign, lantern, do a no backpack check. So dagger, check. Gun, check. This tome I cannot use yet, but it's good that I have it ready. In fact, now we're going to change quick key 5 to quick key 4. And we are going to switch up the tome and the lantern, since the tome is, it's not as useful right now. Alright, so dagger, gun, tome, lantern. Cool. This is a good place to have your lantern in front of you, because check it out. See this metal looking, this gray plate with the spikes? It's a spike trap. You hit it, you're certainly getting hurt. Speaking of getting hurt, I think it's hilarious how I insisted on not bringing anything to keep myself warm, and I ended up needing a torch or some, soothing tea, or I think it was bitter spicy tea to keep myself warm. Bitter spicy tea helps with the cold. Anyway, I'm just going to run right into this camp, and I think the fact that it's nighttime will help my character remain concealed. Let us switch over to the Amalite Helm for increased protection. It's too bad I don't have the warmth spell to cast and give myself magical warmth. I think that would be just enough that I wouldn't have to do anything else. I may build a little fire right at the entrance and light it, and then that way I can just sort of bring people over one at a time and fight around a warm fire. Although I think setting a fire in an enemy camp is like, the height of stupidity if you're trying to be sneaky. Dun, 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 dun. I'll let you hear it a couple times, but this is one of those songs that's like 50 seconds long and immediately loops on itself, so it's only good for like a playthrough or two. What I forgot was to get my controller ready for the inevitable time, the moment when my keyboard loses connectivity. So keep that tucked nearby and oriented so that I can just slam it in. Alright, that'll keep me warm. And then this backpack is actually not, well, I think it still slows me down, so let's just park it over here. You cannot catch on fire with that thing. Let's see. There's a guy coming this way. I'll just shoot him really quick. Whoa. I was wondering. He did get a hit in. Machetes are fast. I'm embarrassed. So it is good just to bring him over piecemeal. It's usually a fast way. You'll notice, I think it was awfully generous of them not to make everyone in the entire area react to a gunshot. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, there he is. Whoop. Oh, my pouch is overweight. Fool, I'm not wearing a backpack. Uh-oh. I mean, admittedly, I guess if he stopped to drop and roll, I would have just descended upon him anyway. Whoops, my pocket is what has all the stuff. Wait a second. Am I... Oh, I'm still not. I thought I had picked that up. Alright. Spacebar time. That's right, okay. There we go. Another face full of fire. This bandit, he's sort of a bandit captain, or at least a lieutenant. He has an iron sledgehammer. Those things are painful. They will certainly send you to the ground. He's pretty aggressive. Not terribly aggressive. And the hammers don't have the best range altogether. So, there he goes. There's a great move for the Warhammer. It's called the Juggernaut. And you just like run forward a few steps and then bring it down with incredible force. Spacebar. Am I going crazy? Hang on. 10. Okay, I'm not. Okay. Let's see now. Let's not forget this time. There we go. Lantern is actually doing great for ammo. I kind of thought it would be like half gone or even a quarter gone, but it's like maybe 20% gone. That's pretty close to a quarter. I can hear an armored dog hereabouts. I will also settle for the wizard. I will at any rate start setting traps because there are some really nasty folk. And I know that 2 of them are basically up high, so if you set traps, and for, you know, if you set them here, then you're going for some of the nastiest guys in the area. I'd love to be able to put these tripwire traps on stairs, but it seems as if it won't allow it, so I'll just settle for the top of the staircase. I know that there is a sort of a bandit captain with a big powerful two-handed weapon that you have not probably seen yet. So, oh, someone just drew their weapon. They are aware, and it sounded like it was to my left. And you can barely see, but that is a witch, ice witch. Run for your life. Maybe get out the old lantern. Did she fall over? No, she just doesn't know what's going on. Whoa! Narrowly. I knew it. Oh, you're tricky. Whoa. I gotta reload. she go? Where did she go? I'm freezing to death. I've contracted a cold. Run back to the fire. See, I get so concerned. And I drank the only tea I had that could fight the cold. Well, remember, let's craft a, okay, is she coming? I think she lost me. I don't even see her outline. That's really too bad. So now we have a cold. Our stamina regeneration is reduced by 15%. That's not the worst, but it could certainly be better. So let us just take out that witch really quick. Now that we've warmed up a bit. Oh, there's the dog. I will settle for the dog. I don't like how that witch just leapt right off of the platform, didn't take the staircase. Circle strafe. Armored hyena coming after me. And it's down. Alright. My mistake. Actually, let's just take it with us because we can dodge and stuff with it. Turn the especially heavy two-handed iron weapons into scrap. Alright. Ah yes, warm up by the fire. And contemplate, I think there are trees on site. Contemplate crafting a torch to hold with my left hand as I fight with my right. If I had done that ahead of time, I could have, you know, not bothered keeping track of my temperature, and I would have been fine. So that's unfortunate. As it stands, 15% stamina regeneration penalty is a pretty small price to pay for allowing myself to suffer pretty severe hypothermia. Oh, I'll come back here in a bit. I have to go back to my campsite for that power coil. In fact, I think this thing requires 2 power coils. 2 power coils, and I've only found 1 randomly so far. So I'll bet you that whatever's behind it is not that impressive. Now the torch does make me terribly visible, but I can also use the torch for flamethrowers, so if I do encounter anyone suddenly, like this one. Hey, I found you! Oh, and I was just outside the range of that ice blast. Lucky me. It has a really small radius in that case. You pretty much have to be on top of them, like actively whacking at them, and then you have to get caught by it. So this is where you end up if you get defeated by them. Oftentimes they'll, you know, the story will go that they capture you and you find yourself bound, and then you set yourself free and that sort of thing. So, taking out a few bandits, including the especially dangerous Frost Mage bandit. I know that there are a couple more up here. Shoot me, go on. You can do it. There we go. So magic, pretty good, right? You can see how you could display pure mage, it'd probably be, you know, pretty fearsome. You know, they say magic isn't to be used, you know, in combat. Boy, is it a great combat weapon, you know? And taking classes like Spellblade, where Spellblades don't have a lot of magic, it's just that the little bit of magic they do is really useful. Like, you know, they've got 2 spells, really. It's either enchant your weapon, I think, is one of them. And then you can choose between throw magic with your weapon or smack your shield with your weapon and sort of cause that sort of frost wizard style explosion. I don't think these, well, you know, carry stuff until you're overburdened and then play favorites. How's this torch doing, by the way? It ought to be mostly burnt out by now. Yeah, see, they're not very good for combat, but they are certainly, if only the lantern provided heat. And this one, just drop it like it's hot, because it is. Oh, beige garb. That's actually useless, but I love the color. It'll make good shredded cloth. It looked sort of like fur armor, but lighter. I feel like there could have been... Oh, I hear footsteps. Oh, he hit me. This backpack still slows me down. You can dodge roll in it, but I think the mod I'm playing artificially slows you down so that the scaled backpack effectively loses its advantage as a tumble-friendly backpack. That's fine. I don't have a habit of fighting with my backpack on anyway, so... Oh, I think somebody hit my trap. Is he over here? Yep, here he comes. He's got a big old sword and a big, nasty-looking, you know, clothing setup. Come on. Oh, man. Come on, just hit the trap. Did I not set it? Is it not primed? Nope, it is. Okay. Oh, no. It's not loaded. He's doomed. Oh, he's just out of knife range. There you go. He's done. Alright. That's like the easiest time I've ever had with that guy. Oh, I've barely... not enough mana. Do I have anything... I hate this part. I don't want to have to, like... I can't. I have just enough to not be able to, help myself. Oh, wow. Let's see. Oh, did I loot this guy? No. Okay. Cool. You know, not terribly much, but check it out. Here's his cleaver. It is indeed an impressive weapon. It operates like a halberd, so it has the same weapon moveset as a spear, so it has, you know, that sort of attack. You can sort of see the spear, but when you do that, you can see that it has a totally different... It's just so dang heavy. You know, how can it be possibly worth it to swing such a heavy weapon? 41 impact. That's like... big impact and decent damage, but yes, extremely slow. It's really all about the looks. That guy, got chopped up pretty bad because he insisted on a big scary sword, and it got him killed. Drop it. Drop it. So, whereas me and my fang axe and my little rondel dagger, the rondel dagger, that slash attack, I was a little disappointed with, but it was just me getting to know it. So that is the bandit camp cleared, and wouldn't you know it, I woke right up. Over the course of planning out and executing this sort of piecemeal assault, everyone is defeated, and even though I don't have enough mana to capitalize on the spiritual energy around, I'll just go back to Cierzo with everything I've collected and rest there, and that'll replenish my mana just fine. Here's another blue chamber well. So you can see this was probably a blue chamber fortress at some point, and then it got taken over. So I like how Cierzo is a blue chamber vassal, and I like how the blue chamber and the mission, the holy mission of Alat, are allies, sort of, and it sort of implies that the holy mission, it started off as a thing called the tribe of the nameless tribe or something like that. And so it sounds like this Elat guy sort of set up his own nameless, they had no other principle other than like no names. Meaning, no family or whatever. Now Levant exists in sort of opposition to, as sort of the antithesis to the Blue Chamber. But before that, it was probably Elat, and they were probably on bad terms, and that would explain why my grandmother refused to cooperate with the Elat worshippers during the Scourge. I think that's quite interesting. So I'm still tremendously overburdened. Let's see how well I can help the situation. My pocket is like carrying max right now, so that means I can carry 1.5 pounds. So that would mean 7? Do I want to do that? Yeah, let's try it out. Because these each weigh 0.2, so 14 times 0.2, I think. Do I know what I'm talking about? Pouch overweight. I clearly do not. By a long shot. Dang, sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about. The Great Life Potion will address, arterial bleeding. There are 2 levels of bleeding wounds, and those, sort of velociraptor tyrannosaurs that I encountered, they inflict it, and it's much worse than regular bleeding, as you can imagine. It's like heavy bleeding or something, and it's the symbol in the bottom left where all of your statuses are. I think regular bleeding is sort of a yellow hexagon with a red blood, drop symbol, and it's sort of, you've got little droplets sort of dripping off of you, hitting the ground, the blood. And I think when you're poisoned, that it's just green droplets sort of hitting the ground around you. It's like, quite visible, and so it's a good indicator. They just like made blood a different color. But then there's just more blood when you get hit with, like extreme bleeding or whatever it's called, heavy bleeding. And weapons that you forge in Monsoon, sort of how I forged them here in Chersonese. Weapons that you can forge from creatures in the Hallowed Marsh inflict heavy bleeding, whereas this Fang Axe inflicts regular bleeding. It's like the next bleeding up. and the damage and impact will be practically doubled, I imagine. Here's a round shield that I can turn into a fang shield that I can then turn into a horror shield one day. Here's another prayer claymore. They keep throwing these things at me. We're gonna... I don't really want to throw away anything, and yet I'm moving so slow. Watch out for the, there are spike traps. Yes, there it is, right there. There are, and they don't go away after you trip them, unlike your own traps. There's one at each end on the left side if you're going south west. Or, yeah. If you're returning across the bridge. And then if you're going to the camp, it's on your right. Let's see. I could take a heavy item like this prayer claymore and sling it over my shoulder. I'm gonna maybe hit this bird. Nope, the pistol shrimp is gonna do that for me as long as it has your attention. You have the wrong priority, friend. Oh, that's a pity. Oh no, it's still alive. It's running for its life. Run, pearl bird. Run for your life. Run, run. Oh, he's doomed. Oh. That's why I like leaving, enemies attack enemies on. It's sort of like a thing you would expect to see happen. Those impertinent little avians just deserve every bad thing that happens to them. Anyway, let's do some comparison. This sword, 32 physical damage, 33 impact, 1.1 attack speed. That's a total of 65 sort of weapon points at a speed of 1.1. Halberd cleaver, 28 damage, 41 impact. That's a total of like 69. Not a huge difference, only a 4-point difference. And the fact that it swings, 3, 6, 9, 12. The fact that it swings like 3/4 as quickly is, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like a good fast swing. And then meanwhile, there's the halberd. 1, 2. That's just unforgivable. I would much rather fight a dinosaur with a prayer claymore than a cleaver halberd. Can't wait to do something about this cold. The problem with the cold is that once you contract it, it takes a while for it to go away, maybe like 24 hours or more, even if you take the remedy for it, just like how the cold doesn't instantly go away in real life. I think the reason the infection goes away instantly is because it's just so bad that it just drains your health. That's not a thing you should have to wait 24 hours for. They'll be dead by then. Do I get nighttime music? No, not if I'm getting daytime overworld music. I wonder where the bandits originate from. If they're just like outcasts. So the prayer claymore is nice. The thing that's supposed to be especially nice about it, though, is that you can, put it into a legacy chest and it will become something...
Greetings, friend.
...even better, like the Nightmare Claymore or something like that. How the heck? This should be in my... Well, I guess it should be on my hip, huh? And I'm not going to sell it. My rondel dagger keeps making it into my satchel, disappointingly enough. I feel like I should just sell that back. I mean, why, Just so I can move a little bit faster. What was I thinking? I'll find a better head, trust me. Best just to keep things simple, though. Let's see. I almost never use this, and it sells pretty well. Gaberry wine. I have a cold stone. I can show you a thing. Check it out. I can't freeze to death in the town even though it's cold, so don't worry about that. Let me collect some water, but in the meantime, yes, there it is. I will show you something truly impressive. A little trick I learned when my friend brought me to Abrasar Desert. It is as follows. Take a torch. I'm going to hit a wall. Let's see. Try to put myself on a straight trajectory. Take a torch. Take a cold stone. I think that's it. Nope. Take some scrap metal. Bam. Ice flame torch. It is a torch that, rather than keeping you warm, it is a brightly burning torch that burns cold and keeps you cool. And you can still use the flamethrower attack with it if you have the mana for it, and it'll blast out ice damage, and it'll slow them down. And if it's raining or something, it's a cold day, they'll freeze that much more effectively. So you have to pay attention to what the conditions are. If you are suffering from heat, then maybe consider using fire attacks. And if you're suffering from rain or cold, consider carrying the cold torch with you instead of the regular torch. So now I have a magic ice flame torch. Cools the wielder even in sweltering temperatures. Very handy. Lasts a long time. Good for combat. Now you know. More fangs, please. Maybe some scrap metal. I think I need palladium scraps to, I don't need palladium scraps for the first shield, only for the horror shield. Something like fang. Linen. No. Just fang. No. Boy. I'm at a loss. What else do you need? Sorry. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Windows. Thank you. It's very nice of you. Let's see. How do I make the thing? There we go. Superior shield. It works for me, technically. It's 5 pounds, unfortunately, and that doesn't really work with all my other things. It's ugly, and I just don't care for the look of shields, so... Oh, I have 2 rondel daggers, okay. How much does it weigh? Just keep it. We got a lot of we still have a lot to sell. Put that away. Keep it, I guess. Spacebar. Where the heck? Oh, I have 2 stealth potions, okay. Alright. A little bit of inventory balancing. So this is sort of like a basic adventure kit. Do I like what I see? Some of this gets sold still. Yeah. And then we'll sell our way down again, because I think that I've deposited stuff that I do want to get rid of, actually. Let's just think, like, who cares? Who really, their light is the thing. Their light and their filling. And it restores a bit of max health, too. How do you like that? You know, I'll hang on to them. These you can smear with Gaberry Jam. Maybe I'll bring some of these along so I don't get sick again. I have to make some seaweed tea. Dang. Maybe I'll just buy some from the alchemist so I can get over this cold. So I got all the warm potions with me now. That's about it. I think it's really all I think that's all I really wanted. Just take that. There's only one. I don't have any food. Probably just boil that down. And then maybe just buy the third turnip. 3 turnips and a salt makes for the turnip dish. The one that'll really help your mana regenerate. I think you can just hard boil a turnip and then it'll keep for a long time and then you can just eat it. But I think turnip potage is probably more economical, perhaps. I think it's heavier though, and I like things like hard-boiled eggs.
Hey there!
How they're just, light and palm-sized. Let's see. I'm tempted, but I find those enough in the wild now. I think I'm doing okay for potions. I still have stuff to sell.
Is there something you need?
I don't seem to have a fishing harpoon anymore, did you notice? It's weird. Alright, just selling this and that, getting my inventory figured out. Alright. So I'll probably cut it soon, like go to sleep and then cut it then, but then just string another one right on to the end of this one.
Hey there!
Hey there! Did you not know how to say that one line? You were probably made to say it so many times that it lost meaning to you. Hey there, say it again. Hey there, say it different. Hey there, say it different again. Hey there. Just in case you named your character there, then they would really, have you, your eyebrows would shoot up toward the ceiling. I feel like I'm missing something. There's a whole story going on still in this world. First off, let me drink this tea so I can get over this accursed cold. Oh yeah, disease is now receding. There's supposed to be a whole thing where I paid off my debt, yes, and I spoke to Izan and Oliel and said, bye, you guys, I'll miss you. And she's basically been sitting here talking to her guards for I don't know, 20 days. So...
There you are. Urgent news just came in.
Urgent news has been coming in for 2 weeks now. She's been standing there. I must be off immediately. Phew, you're a little late then. I don't know when I'll be able to return. Why? What happened?
This is troubling.
There's trouble in Berg. An official council meeting has been called.
I'm going to Berg, the main settlement in the Enmakar Forest.
The home city of all the tribes, birthplace of our Blue Chamber Collective. If you are able, I'd like you to meet me there.
I have an offer.
I did not want to spring this on you,
I will
but...
pay off the rest of your blood price and adopt you into the Aberdeen bloodline.
This is big. Your name would be cleared and your burden lifted forever.
It's complicated.
I said, why would you do it for me? Oliel basically left to join the mission. Izan left for Levant, so that leaves you as sort of the third choice among all of the young up-and-coming heroes on the block as her inheritor of the title of Chamberman. So,
The Blue Chamber Collective is about coming together as a family.
and don't forget,
It's your choice.
I have a choice.
Your life is in your hands.
You're an adult, make your own decisions.
You will need to prepare travel rations.
Here, have some travel rations for free.
Listen well.
Wow, she already sounds like my mom. Look, you don't have to visit me if you don't want, but in case you want to, here are 3 travel rations, exactly the amount of food you would need to travel to Berg and visit me. Heavy emphasis, you never call anymore. Sorry, Mom. I'm having my own adventure right now. I try to call once a week. If you don't call once a week, you lose your Blue Chamber super family powers. I just don't care. Who on earth would care? So, sort of a weak faction, but you know, it is interesting that that nobility would sort of continue, like noble oligarchy or whatever would continue to be a like a valid governing method because of like magic, the magical like implications of bloodlines and stuff like that. If you become an Aberdeen, I think I learned that by talking to the Rune Mage that Aberdeens they're a prestigious bloodline alongside the Turnbulls and the like. And so, just eat a travel ration. I've got 6 of them. Munch. Okay, we're good. And so, the Rune Mage in Berg will give you a free, like a master skill. Normally you have to become a master Rune Mage in order to be able to cast spells without that book that I have in my 4th slot. He'll just teach you how to memorize the runes without the book knowledge. And so you can just draw runes in the air even if you're holding a great sword and suddenly summon magic armor or have a lantern float above your head so that you don't have to worry about carrying one in your offhand. You're just a dude with a great sword and a floating, green lantern above your head. So very cool. Let's see if we can repair anything. This axe needs some care. The dagger's doing fine. I guess the pistol, the mining pick is actually doing really badly. And my armor's fine. How bad is it? Not that bad, like 3 hours. Let's like 3 hours now, and then another like 3 or 4 hours later. I'll allow the town music to play this time, but I think we're going to have a quiet second session as we do the Ghost Pass. As we go to the Ghost Pass and do the Ghost Pass. I forget what the, I honestly forget what the music for the Ghost Pass is. Is it good music or bad? I can't remember. They have a pretty small, list of songs, and so I'm surprised I can't remember what it is. Mustn't forget to load our gun. So, oops. Nighttime music. So yes, Blue Chamber Collective. You get like free Master Rune ability from the Rune Mage who lives there. You probably get some kind of additional super family powers or something. And like I said, they've got like a dirty secret that, compelled Oliel to leave. And it's probably got something to do with ancestors or ghosts, I imagine. But who knows? They have to like do something in order to keep the power of the Blue Chamber Collective going or whatever. It's like, oh, it's gotta sacrifice family or something. Who knows? Man, I'm getting really wealthy in a hurry. Also, my backpack is really filling up now. Buy more plates. Gold plates don't weigh much. Anything to sell? I'm never going to use Gaberry wine. It's just not a concept I'm down with. You'll notice I've been, using the flamethrower ability just fine. Well, it's a wintry time, so let's take some torches with us. And we'll just have to cope with the fact that it's going to be cold. Speaking of cold. Will I be mining? Perhaps a little bit. Will I be fishing? Hardly at all. Will I have much cause? No. These torches will be plenty of fire. Explorer lantern, may as well make room for it, since one Explorer lantern is basically worth 2 of these, so then I could have a backup torch for when one burns out. Let us make some bullets. So, now we're holding on to 12, and that means that I'm holding something like the gun, yes. Put that away, I'm at 9.9 out of 10, that's good. So craft another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll have a full stack of another 12 bullets, whoops. I apparently did my math wrong. Move to bag. Oh well. Let's see. Nine and 9. Will I be bleeding that much? Probably not. Let's save a pound. Every pound counts. A pound worth of fire. These are going to be some annoying enemies. I happen to know that. Hard to forget the Ghost Pass. Will I need a second lantern if I'm going to be... Yeah, because it's good to have the lantern indoors. Alright. 32 out of 61, or 60 rather, it's going to have to be good enough. Let's see. Time now. Oh yeah, it's the early morning. We're doing well stat-wise. Right, I think I'll have to remember to get some water before I go. Oh yeah, but otherwise, maybe do just a quick sell-off, and then try to lighten just a bit more. And then it's off to the Ghost Pass. After having made a tidy sum taking care of that bandit camp that I cannot mark off my list, since you're only allowed to see town maps when you're in town. That's silly. There's no world map tab. Alright, this guy.
Is there something you need?
That was it? Okay. Oh no.
Is there something you need?
Here we go. Ooh. I'm not doing well for mana.
Is there something you need?
I'll take like 2 of them. Much. Alright, we're doing well all around. Collect a little bit of water before you go, but then otherwise, you are ready. We'll switch over to makeshift torch for sort of my between destinations, fire implement. Ah, and I just noticed this was not set. Gather some water, drink a little more water, off you go. Alright, so we are regenerating mana, we've got good stats. Our cold is going away, however slowly. And see you in the next one.